Hey everyone, what's going on? Today on the Metal Voice, sad news indeed. Sad news indeed. Former vocalist or best known Angra vocalist André Matos, Brazilian musician, singer, songwriter, has passed away. Uh, Very, very sad. I was very shocked because I don't know. It just, right off the bat, I really, there's not a lot of information right now. Okay, on this. So if anybody has information or any links, please, please, you know, leave a comment. Uh, and I'm going to read whatever information's out there right now. At first, I thought, I get these messages from everybody saying, hey, Jimmy, this is what's going on. But you want to confirm it. You just don't want to say, somebody has passed away without some sort of confirmation. But I think, this is a strong confirmation. And I'm translating from, I guess it's Portuguese, right, from Brazilian newspapers. Former Angra, Viper, and Shaaman André Matos dies at age 47. Very, very sad. One of the biggest names in Brazilian heavy metal has died this Saturday, today. He's been in the band Viper, Angra, which for me, like that first album is like monumental. Shaaman, which I love as well. Addition to a solo career, no cause of death yet. The death was confirmed on social media. That's pretty much where we all found out. And this is kind of what legitimizes it, by former drummer Ricardo Confessero and bassist Luis Maruti. I mean, let's go and see what they posted, and then I'll read everybody else's comments. Let me go to this. I apologize for any sort of delays, but this is sort of happening as we're talking. So I thought, might as well tell everybody, and we can all sort of, more in a sense together, right? I mean, this guy was like a huge talent. Huge, huge. I'm going to read, this is from Robert Ricardo Confessero, you're the drummer from Angra. Fate brought us together, separated us, gathered us, and now preached more this with us. And this might be actually a translated version, so please bear with me. It is deep pain in our hearts that we say goodbye to André once again. This time definitely. In addition to the wound that you've never had and ever knowing, we spend glorious moments next to our friend. Rest in peace, Hugo, Luis, Ricardo, Fabio. And, there you go. So he's 47 years old. Leave your comments. I want to read your comments. Anything, your favorite songs, your favorite band, etc. Angra. So, let me just see what else I could see here. So, again, anybody out there with any sort of information, please, tell me what you know, because I think this is sort of like new to everybody. I'm going to kind of read everybody's comments here. I could read the comments on Facebook, on YouTube. Carmine says, I don't want to believe this. JB says, André Matos was not bad, but the destination is sad. I have a copy of Time to See and CD. Great musician. Tom is saying, amazing vocalist. This is terrible news. Mariacho, I hope it's not true. Unfortunately, it is. Ryan, I still jam Viper, Soldiers of Sunrise all the time. Such a great album. Let me see if I can get even some more. And again, I'm just going to read everybody's comments because I kind of figured when I do this, I like to do a tribute, and you guys are the tribute. What memories that you have, favorite songs, favorite albums. That's. Let me just fix that. I hope the audio is okay. Holy shit, this is from Luciano. I can't believe it. One of the most underrated vocalists of all time. Andre, the metal world's gonna miss you forever. And again, that's what I want to do. I want to read your comments. In terms of, Andre himself, he's a Brazilian musician. He was born September 14th, 1971. Of course, involved in the band Viper and Angra. It's pretty much, to me, that is the monumental part of his life. But I like Shaaman as well. Since October 2006, André Matos has been dedicated his time to a solo band. In 2012, he was ranked 77 at the list of 100 great Voices of Brazil by Rolling Stone Brazil. And, to Brazil, what can I tell you, man? Brazil has some amazing musicians, amazing music, and is at the forefront of heavy metal. And André Matos is sort of like a testimony to all that. For me, it would always be Angels Cry. That has always been my, and Holy Land's great too, but Angels Cry to me will always be my favorite piece of music that André Matos was, and Ritual from Shaaman days. I'll be honest with you, Symfonia, I never really touched onto it. I'm still a fan of Angra, and I love their last album, and I believe, of course, he helped build that blueprint. So, again, leave your comments. I'm going to post... I just want to keep reading people's comments. And again, if I pause, it's because I'm looking for things. I'm just going to post some stuff here. And please bear with me. Please, again, leave your comments. I'm going to read them. And I just want to make sure everybody's aware that everything... I'm just doing this off the cuff. All right, guys. I'm not trying to make light of the situation. Off the cuff. And let me just finish this here, and I'll read your comments. I apologize. So tell me, your favorite album, the favorite band that he played on. Again, leave your comments. The life of André Matos. Who I think, what year was it when he left? He left, what year was it? Now I'm trying to remember. And please feel free to help me remind myself. I think it was 1998 or the beginning of 2000 that he left Angra. A Shame. A Shame was the last album. But not a bad album at all. Let me read your comments here. Still going. Isabella says, yes, it's true. So we're getting like confirmations from everybody. I mean, this is like, you're talking about like 30 minutes ago this happened. Sad news. I'm not going to leave everybody too long here because, I'm kind of saddened by all this and I really don't know what to say at this point. Someone's saying probably heart attack, but we don't know. How did this happen? Fuck no. I thought he recently sung with Avantasia at one of the South American shows. I think he did too. Johnny Alexander Gonzalez, heart attack, sad news, and perhaps Angra will make a tour with the classic lineup. I don't know if it's a heart attack or not. We don't know, and we're still waiting for confirmation. I'm going around to the news feeds. I don't think anybody else really has any more information. Just basically everybody giving their condolences. Our condolences to Brazil. Our condolences to his family. Our condolences to the metal community, I guess. Again, there's not much to say at this point, but please leave your comments and your favorite music. All right, let me read some more here. Did he have known addiction problems? I don't know. I don't know the guy. Raphael saying, rest in peace, warrior. Bruno saying, Brazilian headbangers are in shock. We will never forget you. Brazil is one of the greatest heavy metal places on the planet. And it just produces amazing bands like Angra and Sepultura, of course. And I'm going to read some Portuguese now. I hope I don't butcher this. Vai fazer falta. I'm not sure what that means. Brazilian headbangers are in shock. We'll never forget you. Muito triste, André up. So muito triste, I guess, very sad. Dark is saying, rest in peace, metal brother. K-Man, apparently André was on the short list to front Maiden after Bruce left. I heard about that. You know what? I think he would have done a fantastic job. K-Man, you're so right. He has got an excellent, distinct tone, beautiful range. He would have been amazing to replace Bruce Dickinson. What a legacy that would have been. Nerito Jr., heart attack. I'm from Brazil. Some guys from Angra confirmed, and he didn't do drugs, okay? So let's get a confirmation here. He didn't do drugs. Let's not paint him in that direction. And they're saying it's from a heart attack. So anything else from the Brazilian papers, to all my Brazilian friends, please, write a message. You could write it in Portuguese if you like. I could translate it. It's not like I speak it. I'll translate it. Julio is saying one of the greatest voices of melodic metal. True. Definitely true. Huge talent. Juan is saying, just carry on. Rest in peace, André Mateos. Wesley is saying, it's a moment very sad here in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Marty saying, that is very sad, such a young man. 47 years old. Definitely. I mean, I guess if you're 20, it seems like an old man, but when you're my age, definitely it's a young man, right? Conrado Pesanato, who I know from the Graham Bonnet days, super sad news, one of the best in his style, and Conrad is actually from Brazil, so I'm sure he's, it's part of his metal culture, right? It's too bad we were just doing this whole thing about Judas Priest in the poll, and then I get tons of messages saying that André has died, and we were kind of like enjoying ourselves doing this Judas Priest poll, and then the wheels just fall off. And anyways, keep your comments coming. I'll read them, and I'll stay on as long as the people keep me sending me messages. If people want to just pause and want me to stop, then I'll stop. No issues, man. Alejandro is saying this is an official media confirmation. Okay, so send me links to any Brazilian papers, people, in the comments. I'll take a look at them. And Chris or Klaus is saying, what the fuck? Dark is saying, men 35 to 45 are prone for heart attacks, no drugs needed. Yes, we are prone. Sad as it is. I mean, we got to keep in shape. And even if you're a musician, you're vulnerable, right? No matter who you are vulnerable. Francisco is pissed, and I'm getting some emojis that are upset. Again, for those of you who just tuned in, André Matos has passed. Again, a brilliant Brazilian vocalist, pianist, composer. The band Viper, Angra, Shaaman, Symfonia. I never got to know Symfonia, but Angra and Shaaman I was a fan of, and ranked 77 at the list of 100 great voices of Brazilian music by Rolling Stones. Shirelli is saying, and if I butchered your name, I'm sorry, rest in peace, André Matos. Dark is saying, I'm 46 and had a heart attack in 2017 and I don't do drugs. I'm going to try to read here, guys, and I'll translate. I'll get the Google translator here, okay? So I don't screw things up. Feel free to post in Portuguese. I'm not scared of any language, and I will. And if you can't write English, then I'll figure out a way to translate for you. Influential, and this is in Brazilian, or sorry, Portuguese. Influenciante o Brasil não o deu o devido valor. So influential in Brazil is not given his right due. That would be the translation. That would be the flat translation. I hope I didn't butcher it. Bruno saying, if it is true, his bandmates posted online. Why would his bandmates post online if it wasn't true? Wesley, I'm trying to connect to Ricardo Confessaro, who lives in my neighborhood, to know, in fact, what really happened. Wesley, if you could post a message, I will post it. Okay. I'm gonna try to Marcello. I think he wrote in Spanish. I will try to translate this. Okay. I am from Argentina. Very sad news. So I'm translating y en español. También soy de Argentina. Muy triste noticia. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I'll just translate, okay? And if I'm butchering it, I apologize. Julio saying a great voice and a great conductor. Leandro saying, caramba, não dá pra acreditar. And I will translate that from Leandro. And you know what? I'm not going to attempt. I cannot believe it. So he's saying, Caramba, now da pra acredit. Okay, I'm not. I'm just going to translate because I don't want to make fun of anybody or their language in butchering their language. Stress of life takes its toll. That's Dark Coven. Augusto, it is really sad day for Brazilian music and world music in general. It was a heart attack. Klaus is saying a great musician, composer, let alone singer. And I'm getting a lot of heart attacks messages. I'm going to go to my Facebook here on the Metal Voice and read the comments there. And let's see what we got there. I'm getting comments from all ends here. So I know there's on Twitter too, but I can't read everything at once. But you leave your comments. Tell me your favorite songs. Tell me your favorite albums and what he meant to you. And to be, from Brazil, the forefront of metal. I mean, when metal was dead in North America, Brazil was like friggin' metal as heck. I got a lot of friends who watch the Metal Voice. They're from Brazil, man. These guys are hardcore. I'd love to go to Brazil and to be part of that metal brotherhood and sisterhood. It'd be amazing. Mustafa, rest in peace, a legendary vocalist that is on the Metal Voice on Facebook. Johnny Alexander, who I think he's from Brazil. I can't remember. I think he is. Or he's from Brazil. Heart attack, sad news, and perhaps Angra will make a tour. Yes, I read that one. Sorry. Joan, wow. I thought he recently sung with Avantasia. I think he did too. Again, more heart attack stuff. Indeed, there's a metal brotherhood here. August. Yes, there is. And I'm waiting to go to Brazil one day to be part of that metal brotherhood. I got to pick, maybe some sort of Rock in Rio or whatever festivals that they're putting on, or maybe go see a band there. Bring my wife. We'll spend some time in Brazil and enjoy the metal of that area. Ferrier saying, is it real? Anyone know the cause? Well, Fenrir, people are saying it's a heart attack. I don't know. I mean, anybody from Brazil out there, just send us a link. Tell us what it is. I know we're getting feeds that it's a heart attack, but we need confirmation. 66 Matthew. Can't say I was a fan of André, but he sang great Iron Maiden covers and a couple with Bruce in Paris. Look it up on YouTube. I'm sure he did. He, as K-Man said, he would have made a great replacement singer for Iron Maiden, at that time. Bruno saying it is a heart attack. And there's like a fly flying around here. Thomas, sad news from Brazilian metal scene. He was my favorite Brazilian metal singer. And you know what? He was actually my favorite as well. Incredible, just incredible. Augustino, you should come, man. The scene here is something else. I've been playing in USA and Europe, but Brazil is something else entirely. I agree. It just I could tell you on the Metal Voice, just the reactions and the input and the interaction from all the Brazilian metal fans just makes the Facebook and the website and the YouTube channel that more vibrant, when everybody's participating. There's so much love from Brazil. I love it. Rob, hey, I'm sad. Just got the news about André Matos, heart attack victim. And SDMFA Anthony saying, how old was he? Well, according to Wikipedia and to all the news articles, he was 47 years old. He was 47 years old. And if you want to know, for those of you who haven't checked out the Angra's catalog, the albums that he played on, he was Angel's Cry, which is, again, my favorite. I love that album. I think it's cutting edge, especially since 1983. We could say Brazilian power metal. Can we say that? Evil Warning EP, Freedom Call EP, Holy Land, which was the second album, and Fireworks, which was the third album in 1998. Only to switch over to Virgo, I believe, and then Shaaman, which had two albums, Ritual and Reason, and there was a live album there too. And in 2011, In Paradism. In terms of, and this was mentioned before, in terms of side projects and guest appearances, he was on Avantasia, the Metal Operas Part 1 and Part 2, and Luca Turilli's Prophets of the Last Eclipse, Epica, and Avantasia, the Wicked Symphony, Avantasia, the Flying Opera, and the list goes on and on of guest appearances and bands that he played in. Okay, now the comments are like racing in. So let me just go through your comments as your tribute to Andre. Dark Coven, Bruno Moseratos has a steak and veggies. I'm not going to read that. Hey, I'm sad. Just got the news about André Matos' death. Heart attack victim. That's Rob. Martin, South America seems to appreciate metal more than anywhere else. Yes, it does. Long live Brazil and long live South America for their respect for metal. Where North America, we kind of let it slide. It's coming back. It's coming back. I say Canada's coming back. Montreal is the metal city, but it's coming back. But South America has been a steady, consistent love for metal and support for metal. So hats off to Brazil, and not only Brazil, but South America. BST, I'm gonna translate this because I don't want to insult anybody in how I speak Portuguese or Spanish, okay? So very sad, rest in peace. And you can leave your Portuguese and Spanish or any other language. I got Google Translator up, I'll just translate it, okay? No issues there. SDMFA Anthony says, never really heard of this man before. Sadly, now I'm going to have to go review some of his videos and appreciate him. Yes, do so. Start off with Angels. Let's see which albums. Angels Cry and Holy Land. Start off there, and then you can move into his other albums. Okay? Bruno, this is the first time I lose an idol. It feels terrible. I feel like I've lost a friend. Bruno, been there, and I think my first idol that I lost as a teenager was Randy Rhoads. It was sort of like the young teenager that I was. He just suddenly tragically dies, and that was my first experience losing a musician that I looked up to, and it was just like a shocker. It was just a complete shocker. So I feel you. I know. SDM 47G, so sad. Levy Hand, rest in peace, Andre Matos. Random Guy Man, Holy Land, and Angels Cry were kick-ass records. Agreed. Those are the two albums I love the most. Bruno, I'm from Brazil too. I got no sound? yes, K-Man. Haha, Montreal. Bro, it's JHP. They kill people. I don't know what that is. Okay, I'm not going to read that. Now we're getting off into side conversations. So I just want to ask everybody, is the audio still okay there? Can you still hear me? Is the audio okay? Okay, let's just see what else we got in terms of comments. Let's go back to Facebook before I lose my voice. I've been kind of suffering a little bit lately. I've had a bad cold. Gilles is saying, terrible news, and this is on Facebook now. Gilles is saying, terrible news. I saw Angra and André like 7 or 8 times. They're huge in France. I remember the show they did in Paris, 1998, in front of 5,000 people as a headliner. Yeah, I'm going to give a nice like to that. Marie Vermette, she's also displaying her sadness. Going back to, again, for those of you who just joined, leave your comments, leave your tribute, tell me your favorite album, your condolences. You want to write in Portuguese, by all means. You want to write in Spanish, by all means. You want to write in German, by all means. You want to write in French, I will translate it. And, look at it as your way of paying respect. Let me go back to YouTube now and all the... Nirton Jr., he was very famous in Japan, Italy, and France, as well as South America. His first band was called Viper. Yes, he recorded the first album when he was 16 years old. That I didn't know. Thank you very much. Illy, I can't believe it's so sad. Audio's okay. Good stuff. Okay, Marcello, I'm going to translate what you just said for all the English folks in the world. Thanks to Brazil for giving heavy metal so many great musicians. Maybe I could read this. Gracias a Brazil por darle al heavy metal tantos grandes musicios. I think that's okay. Sorry, man, I'm just losing my voice a bit. Nilton, it's so sad and infuriating that we will never see Angra reunited. They were about to celebrate 30 years as a band. André was such an influence to Brazilian music, mixing mixing Brazilian folk and metal. And that's a good point too. André and Angra probably were one of the first bands. I wouldn't say the first. Let's just say on the cutting edge of, one of the few at the time in the late 80s, early 90s who were mixing it up, the Brazilian and the metal. And that is a very, very good point. Thaselin, Jemberson, Brazil. I'm not sure if that's a word or that's a city. Let's take a look. I don't know. Okay. Bruno, thanks for sharing. Good to talk to someone who felt the same way. Marco, the cause was a heart attack. Edu and Fabio are phenomenal, but André was a real beast. So, I mean, he's talking about Fabio, the replacement singer at Angra. Yeah, Fabio is amazing. Actually, Fabio is a great singer and a great addition to Angra. And if there's anybody who could replace him, I think that would be him. Again, leave your comments. I'm losing my voice, so I'm gonna let everybody go pretty soon. So throw in your comments now because my voice is gone. Had a cold all week, and it's not that easy. Let me just see what else I'm missing here. Is there any other comments? That's pretty much it. So thanks came in. Yeah. Tobias Simon from Fantasia had a very recent show with André Matos. That's how I came to know that he died. Folks, I'm gonna let you go. Throat's gone. We're gonna have a podcast tomorrow. Yeah, my throat's gone. Rest in peace. I'm not trying to make light of the situation. Rest in peace, André Matos, who died at 47 years old, and it was a heart attack. The good news is, it's not good news, but the nice thing about being a musician is that when you pass, at least your music can live on for future generations to appreciate. And that's what we'll do. Going to put on some Angra right now. All right. Have yourself a good day.